Good morning, everybody. Dr. Freedom here with you, and it's Monday morning, the moon day of the week. The good news is they didn't schedule this Saturday. Um, I was just sitting here thinking, it's now, October 26th, I believe, and from what we're, seeing. What am I saying? It's not. It's September 26th. Duh. And we're thinking about October 23rd is what I mean. So we're now less than a month from the proposed air date. And the reason why we have that, let's go over to Doctor Who production news on Twitter. And there's an open gap in the BBC America schedule for the 23rd. And if they're going to do a simulcast, it'll be around, I think, 6:45 p.m., something like that. Go look it up. So we're sitting here, conceivably, less than a month now away from the centenary special. Now I know that there was talks about a trailer, but then of course, unfortunately, the Queen passed away. Now, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, you'd think by now we'd have an air date, confirmed. They could give us that much. Because if we're within a month, why don't we know what day and what time it's going to air by now? As I said on the page, they're treating the air date like it's, the top secret codes for the nuclear football or something. And, well, I understand there's, a time of mourning. Life does have to go on. And it's a balmy 53 degrees. Well, actually, it's a chilly 53 degrees. We got a little bit of wind blowing out here this morning. And fall is here. Yeah, I've been there's some other folks who've been doing the same thing. Whose books have been rewatching episodes leading up to this, and I'm dying laughing because I was shocked because somebody actually said, "Well, the ending for Flux wasn't all that bad." And I was like, and meanwhile, you got a whole bunch of people out there saying it was the worst thing ever. Now, for me, there were some things that I did not like about the way they tied up Flux. And sadly, that one tip I got about, Ace supposedly talking about why she left the Doctor, I don't know if that's even going to happen. Turns out that was something from Reddit. And I really wish they would discuss that even a little bit because if you've read Sophie Aldred's book, At Childhood's End, and there's this really, really tense moments when her and the Doctor are finally alone and they're on their way somewhere. And you can almost just sense the tension in that, between them. It just was not a good parting, at least in thing. And if you've listened to Big Finish enough, you do know that, Ace was getting tired of the Doctor knowing, exactly what they were going into and not telling her. The funny part is we did get a reference to Logopolis in Spyfall Part 2. A lot of people didn't get it because, well, how would they, if they haven't seen the classic area like a lot of us have? Because they mentions to the Master about Jodrell Bank or something like that. I can't remember how it's pronounced. Is it Jodrell Bank? And that's where They filmed the scenes for Legopolis for the end for the Pharos project. Somebody's sitting over there with their headlights on. There they go. All right, that's better. Now I can see a little bit more. So it's just amazing to me, yeah, that we're less than a month away and there's still no air date, officially announced. Yeah, the master, you know, poor Auntie Vanessa, yeah, referencing her. I shrank her and left her in a tiny car. I almost shrunk the car, but it was small enough as it was. Um, yeah, shrank her and a police officer. Yeah, at the beginning of, towards the beginning of Legopolis. Um, but as I said, we don't know a whole lot about what's actually going on. They've managed to keep their secrets pretty well. And they've kept their secrets pretty well by all the guys claiming there's leaks. You know who they are. I remember back during the 50th anniversary when, somebody put out this huge script, and it must have taken them hours to type this thing out. And I was in the first few pages. I'm like, guys, what, like the first couple pages of the text file. And I'm like, guys, this ain't happening. It just doesn't, it's not going to happen. Because there was too much going on in the first few pages, and knowing the budget of the BBC, they couldn't have filmed this. Now, I don't go back and rewatch these, really. Like I said, I don't rewatch a lot of things, which freaks me out because it's very rare. I got all kinds of movies and stuff on DVD, and it just amazes me how rarely I put one in anymore. Yeah, I'll be shocked if they even mention Adric. Like I said, I'll be shocked if they mention a lot of names because there's been a lot of companions since the beginning of this series, and the ones I feel deserve to be in the 50th and should be in the 60th, not the centenary we're talking about here, but the 60th, of course, are um, you know, William Russell, who played Ian Chester and still with us. He's in his 90s. And of course, Carol Ann Ford, who played Susan, should be in there. Because it's like, come on. It's kind of ridiculous, that they were not in the 50th anniversary in any way. They weren't even asked, as far as I know. So sadly, yeah, we know it's coming. We know it's going to be here within the next month. There's been rumors floating around about there will be some kind of cameo. And like I said, I think I had a lot to do with that reference they made at the end of the one episode where Sarah Jane talks about Ian and Susan and how they hadn't aged since the 60s. I don't know why they put that throwaway line in there. Because there's nothing in the TARDIS that will inhibit your aging process. Well, I'm not. Yeah, well, I think Chibnall's going to try to get a few in, but I don't think. I'm shocked if RTD does. But then again, we've been hearing names dropping around the 60th anniversary. There's this rumor about Bonnie Langford, but like I said, I want to be, secure that that's going to happen before I start running off and shouting it off the mountaintops. There was a scene where we hear, something about Mel being brilliant, and that was overheard. But the problem is, you had so many people standing around, they may have just thrown that in, you know. Yeah, that was another curiosity. You had the photo that RTD put on Instagram with Ncuti Gatwa. One of the people that was there in that photo was Andy Pryor, in charge of casting. Now, someone did send me a notice about this on the Dr. Freedom page, and it presents a decent argument. If it was just a read-through, why would the casting director be there? So that is a good bit of speculation there, that might have been read-throughs for possible companions. Okay, guys, well, I just looked at the time. I've got to run inside now. So please take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great morning. Have a great day. Be kind, be calm, be safe, and hopefully we'll see you all in the future. So take care, everyone, and have a great Monday.